The latest rumor, Teofimo versus Jaron Ennis is targeted for March 1st, pay-per-view showdown on the Zone and ESPN. Doesn't seem like Prince Turki Al Sheikh's involved in this fight. Just seems like it would be an ESPN and the Zone pay-per-view showdown. Now, before we get into this, I want to hear a couple of words from Teofimo and his father, Teofimo Sr. And this is from 2110 Boxing News. Shout out to them. I don't own the rights to this material. It's for educational purposes only. And let's hear a little bit from Teofimo Sr. and Teofimo Lopez Jr.
More qualities that Ennis has. Ennis is like one-dimensional. He's a good boxer. I like his style, but he's just like one-dimensional. We
don't want to hear that shit, man. I just want to say happy holidays. And the reason why the Boots. Listen, Boots is a great fighter. We know this.
I like his style. I like his style, but that's not gonna be able to beat us.
He's able to switch stances and all that. Yeah. I think it's.
But once he feels my son's power, it changes.
It's never about power. It's here. Champion now. We just want to fight the best. That's it. Yeah. And Boots Ennis is one of the best fighters at 47 division and with a world title.
I'm glad Teofimo's with Eddie Reynoso now because Teofimo Lopez Sr. doesn't know much about boxing. He's saying Jaron Boots is one-dimensional. Teo killed that noise right away. And Michael Benson has confirmed the story. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Teofimo Lopez is now in talks as a potential fight for Boots' IBF world title. Bob Arum has revealed. And they're going to put this on pay-per-view against Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. That is what I'm hearing. I will say this is the first time in a long time that I think maybe Teofimo is serious about this fight. But I'm not believing anything to contract to sign, to see the press conference. But he did send Jaron Boots Ennis a love tweet saying that they're basically we're still friends, but this is all about business. And he's right, this is business. I just feel this is a good fight, especially for us boxing hardcore. It's a good fight, but it does not attract the casuals. So this is why I don't think it should be on pay-per-view. And will Jaron Boots Ennis be forgiven for not taking an Ortiz fight, fighting Teofimo Lopez, who's coming from 140? I think at this point, Teofimo Lopez is a safety blanket for Jaron Boots Ennis just in case he cannot get a unification match next. Or he knows he can't get a unification match, so that's why they're negotiating with two-time lineal Teofimo Lopez. The second question I have is, why didn't Teofimo fight Brian Norman when he had the chance? That way, if he beats Brian Norman, and then he fights Jaron Boots Ennis, and then him and Jaron Boots Ennis can fight for unification. And the third question is this. We know Teofimo Lopez will get credit for beating Jaron Boots Ennis, even though Ennis is not a great fighter at this point. He's a good fighter, but he's not a great fighter. They will say, well, Teofimo's an all-time great. They're already saying he's a throwback, which he's not. I wouldn't compare any fighter today to the ones in the 80s and 90s because they are not it. But will they show Jaron Boots Ennis the same love? I know I will. I will give credit to either man. Whoever wins the fight, they get credit for me. But a lot of people will be saying this. They'll say, well, it's a 50-50 fight now before the fight happens. And then they will say, if Jaron Boots Ennis smacks him around, they will say something like, well, he was too big for him and Teofimo's too small. Teofimo's not a true 147-pounder. He's barely a 140-pounder. He fought a smaller man because he's scared of Virgil Ortiz. Even though a lot of people consider Teofimo a Hall of Famer, two-time lineal champion, Boots will get no credit for beating him because they'll say he was too small. They will say he stayed at 147 to fight a smaller man instead of fighting that monster at 154, Virgil Ortiz. And the fight to me is a good fight, but it's not a pay-per-view fight. I think it should be on like a Riyadh card or something like that. But anyway, will Boots give credit if this fight happens and he beats Teofimo? We know Teofimo will get all the praise in the world if he wins this fight. But will Jaron Boots get any love for winning this fight? Also, do you think this fight is a pay-per-view worthy fight? I don't think so. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beezy, I'm gone.